and welcome back to our Coreliving and Jessica Cox nutritionist, but this is Carissa here we have from Jessica Cox Nutrition. This week we're going to talk about whole foods and the quality of your produce that you're actually eating, and is there a difference between low quality produce and really high quality produce and whole foods. So Carissa's going to talk to us about that, and I'm really interested because it's an area that I'm not too familiar with, but I'm often asked by clients, does it really matter where I get my produce from? Is organic better? And you know, what's that happy medium if I can't afford all organic? Is there any use in having just a little bit of organic, you know, that kind of thing? So Carissa is here to talk to us.
So thank you. So obviously, where should we start, I guess?
Whole foods.
So I obviously say, obviously the cleaner our diets, the better. So if we're sourcing proteins, let's make sure they're good quality proteins. Obviously there's the debate over if we're looking at meats and like grass-fed versus grain-fed. Obviously grass-fed is better, it's more expensive though, but grain-fed's okay. It does so much of, when we're talking about high-end and, you know, I suppose normal, mediocre sort of stuff it comes down to affordability for people. And I think
so if there was one protein in the meat protein that we should be going for more organic or grass-fed, is it chicken, is it pork, is it, you know, is there one that's more important if we could afford just one?
I think have a look at what you consume the most of. Like if you're a big chicken eater, then definitely go your free range and organic chicken, because obviously we're looking at antibiotics pumped into chickens, we're looking at hormones and synthetic hormones, so we're looking at stuff put into their feed. If you're a big beef eater or a big red meat eater, I'd be saying go for your grass-fed. So then even if you are consuming the fat in there or little bits of it, the fat's a lot more molecularly stable because the animal hasn't gone through a grain feeding process or it's forced to put on weight at a rapid rate. So I would just say, and same with eggs. Like I'm pretty passionate about eggs. Like I think, because I
have chooks.
Yes.
There you go. You're lucky.
Yeah, but I do eat a lot of eggs. So for me, eggs would be pretty important for me. Like I would be going, okay, let's get free range and organic eggs, only because, same reason, like hormones and, you know, things like that go into them. So that's, I suppose, on the protein side of it.
And what about the fruit and vegetables?
Fruit and veg, we're talking like organic versus...
Yeah.
Look, in the perfect world, we'd all buy organic. Hands down, it is better. Like obviously when we're looking at the pesticides and the glyphosate that are sprayed onto our food and the effect that has on us, it's not great, but I can't afford to buy all organic. And I know most people can't. We're talking a massive difference in price.
I mean, I went to an organic fruit and veg market once, and the cauliflower was $12.
Yeah, and this is it.
I'm like, you know,
like you'd love to,
unless, I mean, my dream would be that I could grow it all in my backyard, and then I wouldn't have to go and buy it. But for most of us in the city, it's not really viable. It's not an option to buy it all.
So I just think, obviously, do the best you can. That's what I say to my clients. I'm like, don't get caught up so much in the small. Not that that's a small thing. Obviously, organic it's pretty important, but don't get fixated on that. It's more important that you eat a healthy meal than eat a crap meal because you couldn't buy organic.
Yes,
that's what I think. I think do what you can with what you've got. And just do the best you can. And obviously try just source good quality fruit and veg. Find a good fruit and veg store that source quality stock. If you've got say 2 cucumbers sitting there and one's organic and one's not, but the organic one's been sitting on the shelf for a week and the not organic one has been, only been sitting on the shelf for 2 days. Do you know what I mean? There's other things like that too. So the other thing is apple cider vinegar. You can rinse a lot of your stuff with apple cider vinegar and warm water, and it does strip a lot of pesticides.
Good tip.
Yeah, so I tell, for people that are really concerned about, I know my kale and my cabbages, things you can really see that you have got that pesticide residue on there. I just get I fill my sink up, I put some apple cider vinegar and warm water, and I just soak stuff and then rinse it off, put it on a tea towel, let it all dry, and then just use it. So there are ways around it.
Yeah. Excellent. And when it comes to breads, etc., you've got your artesian bakeries that do your
amazing fancy stuff.
Exactly. And then you've got your normal bakeries and you've got your Coles bread. Are we looking at the difference is in the ingredients?
Ingredients.
Is a sourdough bread, because it's kind of come from the you know, ancient times of how they brewed it. Is that going to be a lot better than what our processed stuff is today?
I think definitely. Like I think, and I think because bread is affordable to everyone, I would definitely be sourcing less ingredients, the better. Organic flours for everyone, for people that can tolerate wheat. Definitely just go for your organic or your whole grain versions of it. And then even if you're looking at, say, other types of breads like rye breads and things like that, the closest to that grain in its natural form and the less ingredients used, the better. Yeah.
And one last quick question that I found myself asking the other day at a bakery: wholemeal or whole grain? And he said that whole grain is white bread with grains in it, and wholemeal is the. And I was like, I've never asked anyone that question.
So wholemeal, so whole grain. Multi-grain is white bread with seeds in it. Right. Okay. So if we're looking at multi-grain versus white bread, I would say just don't get either of them. Get your whole grain bread. There's a difference between multi-grain and whole grain. So maybe he was a bit confused.
Right.
Maybe I shouldn't say that if he was a baker. He was confused about what he's doing.
We're looking at multi-grain and wholemeal.
Yeah. So I would probably say go the wholemeal over the multi-grain, but whole grain over both of those. So obviously, like the thing is, when we're using any kind of grain, if the grain is intact, we get so much more of the nutrients. We get a lot more of the fibre, like it's contained in the husky parts and things like that. Same with your rices, like basmati and brown rice for your rices. Don't sort of get like, I think, your more bleached versions. There's a few other things around.
Love brown rice.
Yeah. So things, just source things closest, like anything that I suppose is semi-processed, just choose it or source it as close to its natural form with less numbers and ingredients that you can.
Excellent. All right. Thank you, Carissa. See you